Welcome. Welcome to What's Up, John? Watching with Styles. Apparently, apparently, there's been I've been the reason why I'm a little bit late because seems like we are we're gonna be searching for a new coach. Seems like we're gonna be searching for a new coach. And since it's happening live, it's you're gonna get some um some I don't know what to say. Some live comments. I'm gonna say this as a guy who who was a captain, a senior captain when Coach Curry got fired. It's it's a it hits home a little bit. It's a sad day. I know some fans feel like it's peanut butter. Not shocking that peanut butter would be here saying those things, but it's sad, man. And even with Coach Curry didn't bring the success that Stoops has. But as a player, and as I said, as a senior captain on that team, I still to this day have moments of fuck, man. I was the guy on the team. I was not only a guy on the team, I was the senior guy on the team that got a coach fired. I was the guy who played 4 years that got a coach fired. And the thing with coaches getting fired is, as fans, some fans will rejoice in the fact that the head coach got fired, forgetting that there are assistant coaches, position coaches, coordinators that are fired too. There's families that have to pack up and leave yet again. That's the nature of the business. But as a guy who is now in coaching, which I'm not going to get fired though. It's my alma mater, and I'm a volunteer coach, part-time coach, whatever you want to say. Um, but it's just sad, and I understand that. Like I tweeted during the game, it's like it's probably time to blow it up. But even with that said, what this guy has given to this program is remarkable. And sometimes it's just it's ran its course. Not in the negative manner as some people will say, but sometimes it's just ran its course. And unfortunately that is what happened. And for me during this season, it was just let's let the season play out. And these last two games just were you could not bring them back, in my opinion. And it's the same way for me as the season of last year. I truly believe if Cutter Bowley would have played better football the last two games, that offense would have done better these last two games, that it wouldn't have come to this. But the only thing you had of hope was during that 3 game streak was the development of the offense. And when honestly, the last quarter of the Vandy game, which really to me don't count, it does not count at all. The rest of the quarters, the offense has been absolutely horrible. And so you lost all of that momentum, that steam, that positivity because the offense was shitty. So it sucks, man. But as guys in the coaching profession have always told me, is that you're hired to get fired. That's the nature of the beast. And most coaches know when it's time to go. That's why they try to leave, because they know it's gonna happen. So, man, it's tough, man. And time away will definitely make it better for this fan base to reflect. But man, it's sad because and it's worse for me because I have a former teammate on the coaching staff, and that guy gave Coach Stu gave everything to the university. I know the guy could have left. I'm not gonna put his business out on the street, but I personally know that he could have left. I've been told by other guys that I know that he could have left. I've told that he should have left, but he bled blue. And now, unfortunately, him and his daughter are going to have to leave. And that's just a byproduct of life as a coach. But that bothers me a little bit, just from a personal standpoint. But I saw something, y'all. I'm going to be behind on questions, so be careful, be patient. How did you lose the team from beating Auburn and Florida last? See, this is Coach Gaskins. I know you're a coach, Brian, and I know you're saying that from a fan standpoint, but you know as a coach that you don't lose players, especially when they have fought this long. I'm gonna tell you what I think that happened, y'all. Since we are here, is that AJ, we didn't start early. I'm on time. Here's the deal, man. This is my interpretation of this team as a player, and it's kind of weird coming from me, being 50 years old, that I truly feel like, seeing that, like D Rose said, the Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech are trash teams. Fucking Florida just won their last game. Auburn, you see how Auburn play Alabama? Like, I hate when people say those are trash teams. Florida's not a trash team. If Florida was a trash team, Summerall wouldn't be going there. Here's what I feel about this team as the season has finished. Here's the deal. When this team faces adversity in the game, they don't know how to come back from it in a game. Now, can they come back from it the next week? Sure. But if you look at the games, let's just go from South Carolina game. When that second quarter hit, it was done. Like when the two touchdowns and then basically the back to back, it was done. All right, so that's the South Carolina game. Then you go to the Georgia game. Same thing. Once we got behind, the players, it was either they started doing things outside of character, started pressing. It's the same thing that happened these last 2 weeks. Once the snowball started rolling, we didn't have any way to slow it down. The reason why we played Texas so well is because we stayed in the game the whole time. We were okay. We'll go through the film. We were okay. if you really go through the first few series, we were okay until the block punt. We were okay until the block punt. Once the block punt happened and they came and things happened, once they went up 17, it was over. It was over. And that's just this team. They could not fight back from deep adversity. But when things were good, and when I say good, it doesn't have to be. Hold on. Someone said, hold on. See, this ain't the. Okay. All right. When I mean things go bad, when you start digging yourself into a hole. When we started digging ourselves into a hole, boy, that we had no way to pick ourselves up. And Steven say 0 for 49 when trailing by 14. There are a lot of weird stats. There are a lot of weird stats by teams being down in the fourth quarter, losing every game. There have been teams that, like, those stats are stats. It happens. I'll be happy to walk away with $37 million check no matter what. See, I'm going to say this, and I said this. If you missed this afternoon podcast with myself and Anthony, impromptu podcast. See, when people say stuff like that, Blue Shadow, no disrespect to you, but it's that to be in this profession, your mentality is totally different from you and I. I'm going to say this. Like, for me right now, first of all, I never wanted to get in coaching. The way I got into coaching was at my alma mater. One of the best athletes in school history died of cancer. And the head coach, since I'm an alum too, and I was there all the time because my kids were in school, he asked me would I mind joining the staff. And I couldn't say no. That's how I got into coaching. I didn't ask for anything. I was asked, and I couldn't say no to my school, and I couldn't say no to the coach whom I respect after he lost one of the best, like I said, lost one of his guy he coached and got on the staff. So that's how I got into coaching. So with that said, I can't be a head coach. I just don't. I can't. There's a mentality that goes in with head coach that that's outside of me. So there's a certain mentality with that. That's the same thing with James Franklin. Like James Franklin said, I don't know anything else. This is what I do. This is my calling. So when Blue says, I don't feel sorry for him, that is, you financially can't feel sorry for him. I understand that. But this man has, just like AJ just said what I'm about to say, this man has been through some shit. Like, this man lost his kids, lost his wife, lost his mom, lost his dad. I mean, obviously years and years ago, but money can't bring that back. And like I understand the sentiment of some people who are rejoicing in this moment, and I get it. It is man. The human side of this is mind-boggling. It's like fans hoping that we lost games this year. I will never understand that. ever. And if you want Coach Stoops gone, totally get it. To rejoice in it is a whole nother level. And here's the thing. Like I said on the podcast with Aunt B this afternoon, it's like this is very similar to Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin saw the ability, the resources, the chance to go to an institution that can fund him, his players, and everything. Everything is better at LSU than it is at Ole Miss. He stuck his foot out the door, and he was able to go. People are upset at Lane Kiffin. Coach Stoops had his foot out the door because he saw the best chance for him to win was at Texas A&M. The door was shut. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. This is what coaches do. And like I said, you get hired to be fired, and the good coaches find a way to leave before they're fired. Coach Stoops couldn't do it. See, this stuff where people say Stoops already quit is such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Like, I hate it when people say, like, first of all, if Coach Stoops' demeanor is a certain way on the sideline, it's good. Well, it's bad, but then is the opposite. It's still bad. If he's yelling at officials, it's bad. If he's not yelling at officials, it's bad. Like, it's crazy. But you know what? Fans are gonna be fans. I'm gonna say this, AJ. How long have I been saying that John Summerall was not coming to Kentucky? How long have I been saying that John Summerall is not coming to Kentucky? I said that from day one. I don't get why I understand being enamored with him, but why do y'all think he's coming? Why did people think he was coming to Kentucky? First of all, he's not a Kentuckian. He's from the state of Alabama. As I said back in the day, BS, peanut butter. Do you think he quit for 41-0? Like, I don't know what to say to you, peanut butter, but them losing 41-0 was not Coach Stoops quit. If you think that's the case, there's a lot. Did Josh Heupel quit? He lost to damn Vandy 45-24 to fucking Vandy, as y'all said last week. How can we lose to Vandy? How can Tennessee lose to Vandy by 3 possessions? Did Heupel quit last week? Like, this whole crazy narrative that some of y'all say, man, is just crazy. Coaches don't quit. You are not a hit. I'm not going to even get into it. So, John Summerall, from the people whom I know at Tulane, said that the only people they was worried about Auburn number 1 and Florida number 2. I said that months and months ago. Everybody wants to say, well, he going to come here. Dude, John Summerall was not coming here. He was just not. That man would have stayed at Tulane, which is an easier route to get to the playoffs, than if he came to Kentucky. I want y'all to understand this. This is the crazy part about this. Vanderbilt is 10-2. The best season in school history. They not going to the playoffs. So they're 10-2. they're not going to the playoffs. So now, how much easier is to get in the playoffs at Tulane than at Kentucky? Now, how much easier is to get to the playoffs at Florida than at Kentucky? I'm gonna say this. I don't. I like John. I think he made a bad move going to Florida. I really do. I don't think. I don't think Florida is that school anymore, unless Florida's going to change their ways in administration and resources. They have the players, but do they have the want to? No, Jorge. Florida is easier than here. That's all I'm saying, Jorge. Jorge, I haven't seen you in weeks, man. Florida is easier than here. Exactly, Jorge. That's why I don't like John being there. I personally think John should have stayed at Tulane. Just think about it. I would rather John go to the ACC. If I'm really being honest. See, peanut butter. Peanut butter. Ask me this: have you played college sports? And I hate saying this, but for you to say that you are not saying it's my opinion. You saying getting blown out twice to end the season versus the rivals means the players ain't buying what he's selling. That's your words, right? So what you saying to me is that when a coach speak in the locker room, it translates to the field. And this is how I know that ain't true. If you have ever heard Bill Curry speak at a convention, if they have locker room speeches, if you've heard him on any of the old school football films, NFL films, because the guy won a Super Bowl, multiple Super Bowls, played for two of the best coaches in NFL history. If you think that the speeches, we wouldn't have lost 12 games in a row when I played. If you think fucking what he said, his players don't respect him. Okay, peanut butter, and I'm gonna get off of peanut butter because he's gonna keep up with this. Peanut butter. What happened after the 3 games straight, and the players are saying they are playing for Coach Stoops? They don't want him to go. So if you feel like they don't, so they just all of a sudden they was respecting them, then all of a sudden a week later they don't respect them. Come on, man. Y'all can come up with this stuff, man, and it's just crazy to me. This is what happened. This is what happened. When we watch this game, and we'll start from the start. I don't, you know what, AJ, and that's the great thing about it. And this is a bad thing, AJ. And Jorge, I'm gonna ask you some, Jorge. Why are you here tonight? Where were you weeks ago? I had questions about O-line stuff, and your ass wasn't here. Peanut butter, you don't know shit about players quitting. You just don't. Like you, AJ, Jorge. I don't want to ask because Jorge is gonna say something crazy. AJ, did you believe that the players quit? Like, answer that question. The players quit? This defense, I'm gonna say, didn't quit. They tried. They just getting their ass handed to them. I'm gonna say this, AJ. Um, Billy Napier coached here in Louisiana. He did not look like fucking Reggie Bush peanut butter. Fuck, y'all say some stupid shit. But um, lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? With Summerall, Billy Napier was here in Louisiana, and I really like the guy, and this is why. This is why I know it's late, Jorge. I'm just giving you shit. Um, it's late, and I know you probably have other better things to do. Here's the thing: Billy Napier was awesome here. Thank you, Jorge. Um, Billy Napier was awesome here, man. And this is why I'm endeared to Billy Napier. Is Billy Napier did something that a lot of Louisiana coaches, especially at Lafayette, didn't do, was recruit the city of Baton Rouge. And that guy recruited the damn city of Baton Rouge and got a shit ton of great athletes there that played well for him. And because of that, I really like the guy. The guy did some amazing things here, man. I don't know. I don't know about his previous stops. I know about his previous stops, but I don't know intimately what he did at those stops. I know what he did at Louisiana Lafayette, and it was awesome. It was awesome to see kids that I have gone to watch who were D1 players, probably good enough to play for LSU, and he found a way to bring him to keep him home, go to Lafayette, and he fucking killed it. It's unfortunate, and here's the thing: as I follow Jock Green. Jock Green was a great receiver when I was in school, and he said, and some other people said that Billy Napier cleaned up the program. The guy is a great guy, great man, great coach. Just didn't succeed at Florida. It's not because he was a bad coach. It just didn't work out for him. But he cleaned up the program, which is going to make it easier for Coach Summerall. It's hard to quit in a physical sport, but I did think their effort dropped once the game was up. I would say that. Difference, I think that's a player's fault, not a coach's problem. Thank you, AJ. We have a young quarterback on the road. It's hard. Then it was just that. That's what I've been saying. Yo, listen. Here is something I said on the podcast today. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I gave shit ton of praise to Cutter for about 5-6 weeks. He was making this program better. He was turning the program around. I even said he is our Diego Pavea. That's what I said. These last two games, him not playing well is the what you want to is the catalyst for what happened. It's not his fault, but that's what it is. That's just what it is. When your quarterback, dude, the offense, if you look at this game, if you look at the defense, the first couple series, they were fine. Once that punt got blocked and they got the ball on the 10-yard line, and we'll go after the first play was a downfall of that drive. If we hold them to a field goal, don't know what happens, but I think it's a little different than what it turned out to be. Um, I just hate from a player standpoint when people say coaches quit. Like I'm a coach and I know damn well the coaches are not quit. Like that's hard, especially for a guy who have seen players. I'm not gonna go quit as Jorge. I think or Jorge AJ say that effort level change. I've seen players do that, but the coaches were still fucking coaching us up. Been there, dude. I lost 12 games in a row over 2 seasons. The coaches didn't quit. Shit, I will say this as I said about earlier when I first came on about Coach Curry being fired. How that bothers me. You know what bothers me even more is Coach Curry got fired. We went on a 3-game fucking win streak. Because players finally fucking probably figured out, shit, we got a fucking coach fired. We can be gone too. We won 3 games in a row. Fuck, we at that time, if you don't know, Mississippi State was a good team. We beat fucking Georgia. And we beat Vandy for the first time. Like, it's crazy. And we held Tennessee in the first half until we lost our defensive end. Who at that time, I know Chris Ward was up there in sacks for a season. 2, I think, 1 or 2. 90s slime. I played in the early 90s. Early to mid 90s. So I want y'all to understand that it ain't. All right, now you want to say that, Peanut Butter. I can't. This is my last one, and let's get in this film. Because, hey, I'm going to say this. I have 2 nights. I thought I would have 4 nights because I thought we'd be going to a bowl game. These are my last 2 nights. These are the last 2 films. I will say this. I said this on a post-game show with Larry Glover. I know fans want to quit on, want to place blame on someone, but I want y'all to understand. Stoops has a boss, Mitch Barnhart. Mitch Barnhart has a boss too. It's the board of trustees. So some of these stuff, and I don't know because I'm not behind. I'm not privy to getting behind the curtains of Kentucky. I'm just too far away. But I do know some stuff that goes on at other schools. And some of this stuff goes beyond the slime. I played at Kentucky. I didn't play at Mississippi State. Groom came in later. Board of Trustees have a lot. The president has a lot to do with budget. So I want people to understand this. So we got into this in the podcast this afternoon. People say that the downfall of Stoops happened with NIL. I can agree with you to a point. But it wasn't a transfer portal. These people want to say the portal in NIL. We lit it up in the portal. I want y'all to understand, 2021 was a team built on the fucking portal. Offensive lineman, Will Levis, Wandale Robinson. It was built on the fucking portal. We had some defensive players built on the fucking portal. Was that not Jock and Keyjohn's year? Who else we got at defense? Like, the portal was not the downfall for us. So scratch that off of the list. Now, when you go to NIL being the downfall, that goes back to money. People want to say it's Stoops' fault for the NIL. It went back to money. No, Slime, I was saying that we beat Mississippi State. NIL comes to funds, y'all. As I said, I know some behind the curtains. One of my mentors was big on the board at IU. And he told me when I got drafted in 97, there's so much money at IU. that's not being used because no one believes in the football program right now. But if y'all remember, if you don't know, in 1990, was it 3 or 4 when Trent Green was a quarterback? I think they went 9-3. I remember the season because because they beat us. I remember that season because I know the reason why I remember because I played with the Bears with Bobby Ingram. I had a conversation with Bobby Ingram, and he talked about them beating Indiana when Indiana was hot. My mentor said that they have money that's sitting for football when someone taps into the right thing. And that's what they did. Kirk Cincinnati forced them to do that. Same thing at Vandy. Like I said, reason I got into football, one of the best athletes in my school history, went to Vandy, played with Clark Lee. Same thing he said. There's so much money at Vandy. I think we all know there's money at Vandy. The AD was, I think she's a basketball player at Vandy with Jimmy Williams, who's a guy who was alum from my high school, and Clark Lee. Her and Clark Lee have a great relationship. She has bought into the football program. That's why they got a new stadium. Yes, GG, that's me. That's why they got a new stadium and adding resources to the football program. Like keeping Diego there. So there's a lot of money at Vandy. It's getting tapped into. There's a lot of money at IU. I don't know if it used to be the best business program in the country. It's still probably top 10. There's a lot of money there. Like I said on the podcast this afternoon. When you're trying to get all your money from the Kraft family, that's a problem. Then you add on to that the Kraft family and Coach Stoops got along. That's another thing. This is my last one. So I got to get in this film because it's been 40 minutes almost. I don't know enough about Florida, but I think what John can do, John brings an ability to attract money. Now, let me say this, and then I'm going to get off of it. I don't know what John did at Troy. I don't. But I'm going to tell you this. John walked into a great situation at Tulane because of Willie Fritz. I'm also fond of Willie Fritz. No, GG, I'm a Kentucky Wildcat, brother. Or are you asking somebody else? I'm sorry, GG. Willie Fritz is a dude. Willie Fritz is a dude. And he built that Tulane program. I hated to see him go to Houston. I understood, but I hated it. At Tulane, you just can't compete with LSU. At University of Houston, he doesn't have to he doesn't have to leave the city of Houston, honestly, to recruit. He don't have to get on no planes. City of Houston has so fucking much talent. City of Houston is crazy as far as talent. So I'm sorry, GG. I read it wrong. All right, so let's go, y'all. This is why it's gonna get to the point of Jorge. I don't know, Jorge. This is the thing, Jorge, for me, and I'm not into the money, but I can say this: to fix the money, you need money. You need boosters, dude. I know for LSU, they have so much fucking money, dude. They have so many deep pockets. boosters, dude. They just think about this. They got rid of Ogeron, pay him off 20 plus million, $30 million at one time. They paying Brian Kelly off 50 something $1 million at one time. Like, those are deep pockets, man. And I don't think we're there. I don't know how you can get that money. Now, the thing that's saving us a little bit now is that you do have revenue sharing. So a lot of people are mad at JMI for all this shit, but if we ain't got boosters, y'all, how else are we gonna garner money? Maybe JMI is the best way. I don't know. AJ, I have no idea. Y'all, one thing your boy Van House does not know about is coaches. I really don't. AJ, you know I'm a player, dude. I coaching is whatever. I don't know. I don't know. The word out is that Will Stein wants to come here. The word was out that John Summerall wanted to come here, but I knew that wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't true. I don't know. I know of the guys that I know. I know I love. This is what I'm gonna tell you, AJ. There's a guy at University of Texas, San Antonio, UTSA, that is a great fucking coach. He's not leaving Texas. That's a guy that I know. Um, that's all I can think of. Willie Fritz. I like Billy Napier, but I know we can't bring him here. So I have no idea. People are saying Brian Hartline. These are things I'm saying. Brian Hartline, of things I'm hearing. Brian Hartline, Will Stein, um, Chesney. Who else I hear? That's JMU. Um, Jed is still out there since Florida didn't get him. Um, that's all I know, man. I don't know. They saying Stoops is going to stretch his payoff for us instead of 6 days, but yet the money. That look, I'm gonna say this, AJ. I wouldn't fucking do that if I was Stoops. For people who are pissed off at Stoops, it's no fucking way in hell. I signed a contract that says 60 days. You gonna fire me? You gotta pay me 60 days. You holding up to that fucking contract? I'm not changing that at all. Bullshit. I did things at this institution that ain't never been thought of and ain't never happened. Run me my fucking money. AJ asked, would you go first time head coach, former head coach, NFL guy? I'm going, I've said this many times, I'm going with a guy who wants to be here. Here's the thing. Stoops wanted to fucking be here. I don't know if y'all forgot about it. 12, 13 years ago, Stoops wanted to be here. You need a guy who wants to be here. It doesn't matter if it's a position coach, a special teams coach, a coordinator, former head coach, doesn't matter. He's got to want to be here. Jorge, I don't care. See, I don't go with that offensive, defensive minded head coach. You need a coach that brings in a good staff, that understands the warts that we have, and able to battle those warts. That's it. And he wants to be here. I'm not about this. I don't subscribe to let's win pretty. Hey, why not let's put up 40 points and at least the scoreboard is lit up. No, I'd rather win 52-50 or 3-0, as long as a W. And I'm gonna say this, and then I get in the film. This is my last statement. Then I get in the film. John Summerall was not coming here. That's hard to say. All right, game started, man. I honestly thought the first series we had something going. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This play bothered me, even with it when it was ran. Here's the reason why it bothered me. Because I'm not sure Kendrick Law ran this play right. AJ, we definitely need a GM. I don't think Kendrick ran this play right. Because if we're going to leave this guy on block, and we are going to block this guy, and we're going to block that guy, it turns into more of a tunnel screen. And Kendrick catches it on top of the blocker and just goes straight. I don't know what happened. Now, here's the other thing. If it was supposed to be a bubble, then he has to log him. And now we got a one-on-one with this guy. Something just seems off. And I think there was something here, but we just run up the back all block. And now I'm going to just say, that's just me. Now, we obviously saw something that we can get on the perimeter, and we want to see could we do it. Now, I don't know why Steph hit the spin move right here. It just slows you down. Why didn't he just put his foot in the ground and then go that way? Like, that makes no sense to me. I think he could have got more out of it. Now, y'all, Anthony White, I say this again, sold me that bread and butter play. We have a bread and butter play on third down, and I'm going to keep drawing it. Like this time, we have a tight end and a receiver. We are going to run sail route. It's a flood. Curl to arrow. How many weeks have I drawn this, y'all? It is a play that works against any coverage if the quarterback reads it right. Boom. Right? It's unguardable. Really. Now, can the defense play it better? If the quarterback is on time and trusted and throws the ball on time, it's hard to stop. Because this is open, right? But if he throws it to the back, now you got the back one-on-one with a corner. I like that option too. This is a great play concept on third and medium and long. I want y'all to understand. Like, and Jorge's gonna bark in because like Jorge's gonna be harder on the offensive line, just like I'm gonna be harder on the defensive backs. I honestly don't think these guys played that poorly. They committed so many guys to the line of scrimmage. You can't block everybody, like on this play. This guy is supposed to be held by him, by the quarterback. If he crashes, if it's true read, he will pull. See, for me, I'm going to just go over this again. See, for me, this is modern day triple option. See, here's the deal. With him crashing, Cutter should pull it. He should carry the ball. Now, the read is this guy. See, now, I want y'all to understand. We're going to go through this since this is my last 2 days. They got 3 on 2. That guy crashes. If he pulls, now pressure's on him. We got 2 on 2 blockers. We reading him. If he comes to the quarterback, he throws the bubble screen, and now we got 2 on 2. That to me is how this fucking play should always be ran. If you're going to run zone, why don't we get from under center and run zone? If we're going to give the action of zone read, make it true zone read. Because if I'm the quarterback and I'm reading him, he's crashing down, I don't have to run the ball. I'm pulling it. Now, you put the defense in a bind. Same way how I showed that play Van against Tennessee. how Diego and Coach Beck putting defenses in a bind. This is how you put a defense in a bind. You pull it because he's crashing. Now the defense can never be right. Now it's guys in space winning one-on-one battles. If they win, if these three guys win this 2-on-3 battle, then you lose. If you pull it, and now we have options. I just hate, y'all know this. I just hate this play when we don't truly read it. Because that guy made this play. If this guy isn't there, you got Seth one-on-one with this guy. I like my chances in a phone booth because everybody else is fucking blocked. This is a great block. He's logged. If we can get to the outside, there's no one else there but him. Crazy. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 guys committed to the run. You can't block them all. The hats that are on a hat are doing a good job. It's the free guy who's doing a good job. Like this game, we had to threaten Louisville deep, and we didn't. And right here, here's the thing as a quarterback. Mesh routes do not work against zone. So either these guys have to sit down or you throw to the next level. Now, obviously, I don't have all 22. I don't know what's going on with this dig, and I'm sure there's a post route behind it. But he is locked in as the whatever week I what week was that? That I was talking about that we Vander week gave him missed some deep passes. But here, he hasn't passed a tight ends in a while. These last 2 weeks, it seemed like he tried to force it. He tried to force to tight ends. As I did in the cut ups. Man, let me just, we're going to piece it together. Right here. He does. Rayner has he really came on the end of the season. If Rayner, there's no mesh point, there's no run fake. If Rayner right now would have turned his body at a 45-degree angle and took 1, 2, 3 steps in the zone, then straighten back up and read the quarterback like he did, this is a pick. He did everything right except he's backpedaling. Instead of getting depth on the 40, he reads the quarterback. He is making a jump. I always say this. When the front hand comes off the ball, you need to be progressing to where he's pointing at. He does. That's a perfect drop. The problem is in this situation, see how close that is, man? He almost tips that ball. But it all starts right here. There's no run fake. He took a step forward. Now he's got to run backwards. It's not a backpedal situation. He's got to, that's close. Now, y'all, someone has to explain to me. I'm a track guy. I know about hamstrings. DJ Waller hamstring has to be paper. Because he got hurt week 1. This is week 12. He plays one play and tweaks it again. I'm dumbfounded. Like, that is crazy. Make the tackle, make the tackle. So, someone said something um about cushions. Cushion is the problem. It's the defense that's called. When you call cover 3, you're giving up flats all day. You cannot guard every blade of grass 53 and a third yards with. You're giving up something as a defense. It's just impossible. So now, when you feel like they're going to try and take a quick shot again, this is kind of defense you play. You sit him and you rotate this safety over the top. It's that simple. So that's how we get this sack, because he wanted that right there. He wanted that right there. But the corner was there because he sat. So now he had to pull and look elsewhere. We got everything else covered. Now, why couldn't that ball bounce to us? 3rd and 11. Now, we did a pretty good twist, but we got to keep contained. Can't let the quarterback get outside of us. Luckily, we got good defense. Now, if you really think about it, y'all, they went 3 and out. Now, this is the downfall. That was actually, I was trying to read. This is damn good blocking, y'all. Little pin and pull, boom. Look how many they have. 8 guys in the box. 8 guys in the box. It's a bare front 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys in the box. We do a damn good job of blocking. To get 6, 7 yards on first down, 8 men in the box is crazy. Now we get a little log, get to the perimeter. Now we cooking. But now here's the thing. When it goes bad, y'all, it goes bad. So like here. This is why, man, we had some great moments. Why? Tell me this. Why doesn't Cutter throw this hitch? It's a timing route. Here's the reason why. This is why I'm on this. I don't even want to say it because I want to have somebody say pause. In high school, not allowing guys to play on both sides of the ball, to me, caused a problem. As a former quarterback in high school who played defensive back in high school, I understood when I could throw some things and when I couldn't. When this corner opens the gate and opens his hips, the hitch is there. Because for him to stop, he has to put that foot down and then turn and then go. Here's the thing. He had the hitch, throw it now. You can't wait till he's open. You got to throw him open. He could have threw the hitch now. Now here's the thing. Once that corner sat right there, because he didn't throw it early, this sail route is open. They ran cover 2. But why did he give up on it? There's no one at his feet. He has time. Corner route is open. Either one. He had both options. This ain't high school where guys gonna be wide open. He had this one. It's a perfect route combination against this coverage. He had this one early. He had that one late. He came off of it with no real pressure. He's got to believe it. He cannot second guess it. He's got to believe it. Throw the fucking ball. Trust it and throw the ball. Same play, yo. Same play. So remember the last formation? It was out of twins, displaced tight end, twins back. Now you got an inline tight end. We're gonna run the same play. It's a money play. It's money. But also, your quarterback has got to trust it and not second guess it. There it is. Boom. It's a great route concept. For a former DB, that's a great route concept. It is hard to play that. Like right here, like I did in the cut-ups, dude. Like, this is the coordinator's giving you an easy throw. Once this corner open up, he cannot guard the out route. It's impossible. He's going to have to watch what he does. He's going to have to open. If he threw this ball on time right there, that DB has no shot. Throw the ball. That is a short throw. That is legitimately a 10-yard throw, maybe 11 and a half, because you're in the boundary. If he was all the way to the field, now you're talking about 20-some yard throw. If he's throwing outside the numbers from here, it's a 10-yard throw this way. But if he throws outside the numbers, that throw is like 20-plus yards. But here, 10-yard throw, this is basically 10 yards. He's got to throw the fucking ball. Coach gave you an easy read. Once that DB opens his hips and he saw it right here, that's like almost press bell. And like I said in the cut-ups, as a guy who played both positions, when I saw this guy 3 yards deep, I know he's not playing press man. Because either you're going to be on the line of scrimmage playing hard press, going to be a yard and a half playing soft press, soft pedal. When he's 3 yards, he's not doing either. He's going to bail on you. And he doesn't know that. But once he saw him open his hips, it's ball game. It's ball game. That's an easy pitch and catch. That would have been 2nd and 5. Now let's go to this one. This is even worse, y'all. They try to show 3 high. They try to show that it's going to be at least single high. And you can probably think that they're going to go cover 3. But no. They run cover 2, and this is your middle runner. Watch what the safety do. Watch what these two guys do. They got deep halves. So now here's the thing. Once he saw deep halves, this throw is not an elevated throw. It's a hole shot. You throw that thing on a line in that hole, because this guy here is trying to press. So there's going to be a void. There's going to be a void right here that could be exploited. And he didn't. He threw a sky ball. This is when you got to throw on a rope. Right after you pass that corner, right here, you throw it on a rope. You don't elevate it. Now this is just a great pass rush. They got us on the stunt. We didn't pick it up well. You got to give them that one. So now we got the block punt. Noah Combs, I use Dartfish um for my film breakdown. This play right here, y'all, is the most important play of the game. And the problem with this play is right here. And I think that's Rayner. Is that Rayner? That's Rayner. I want y'all to understand, Rayner has contained. He needs to come, form a post here, turn everything inside. He gets his eyes too far inside when there's no gap here for him. If he plays his job, we got every gap filled here. This running back is going to bounce and watch how many yards he gets. If we don't give up 8 yards on first down, they kick a field goal. I'm not saying we win the game, but the temperature on the sideline is a little bit different. If we block a punt and we hold them to a field goal, like this actually is damn good, but I think that's Safari right here. Damn good by JQ holding the edge. All right. We were outnumbered over there. Now we come back again. Now, what if this was on the 5-yard line instead of the 1? If they don't score on fourth down, as we talked about earlier, as the snowball got bigger, it started to roll, and we could not stop it. We just couldn't. Like here, y'all. This is like, go back to this. Is if you're gonna run the read, let's read it. Like, you make it easier for the team, the defense, if you're not reading it. Because like right here, if we are truly reading it, and you see that guy, that's the guy who you'll read, right? If you see him crash and you pull and you throw it here, we got blocker, and we got our best athlete on the perimeter. Like I just, and here's the thing I said in the past, we're not the only team that does this. It bothers me to death that we don't truly read it. It's a pretty damn good throw. Like I said, man, there were 3 weeks when we was rolling as an offense where we were not highlighting the tight ends like we did earlier. And these last couple of weeks, I think he's been trying to force it to his roommates. I like the check down. So we are starting to roll, y'all. We we are putting a drive together. We're putting a drive together until here. We got behind the chains, and I'm gonna say this. Like, people are talking about the O line. The O line is, I don't know why that is a thing that is the one that we had to give blame to all the time. This is not the O line's fault. This is the running back's fault. Period. Blitz pickup is in to out. Now, wish Jorge was here if he's still here. That is his guy. This guy is the quarterback's guy. That's how I was taught. The play call was not horrible. This is horrible execution by the running back. Running backs got to pick up inside the out. Why did he go out? Because here's the deal. If the running back picks up the inside guy, this guy's butt naked open. He got his guy turned around. Like, come on. Come on, Dante. And we have been pretty good at blitz pickup, and we did shitty on that one. That was we had a play right there. Throw the ball. Let your guy be an athlete and potentially get a first down. But here's the thing. This is why situational football is so important. This is why IQ is so important. All right, y'all. We were in 2nd and 20. We got the 3rd and 11. If we get inside the 30-yard line, if we get to 4th and excuse me. I say 4th and less than 5. I think Stoops goes for it. So as a quarterback, my thing is defense is going to probably drop to the sticks. And Louisville does a great job of dropping to the sticks. Louisville does a great job of really dropping to the sticks. They do a damn good job. Throw it here. Let him turn up the field. He's going to get at least to here. He's going to get at least another 2 yards. All right. So now we're 4th and 5. I think we go for it. Oh, this is a damn play, y'all. This is the ultimate bullshit ass play by our corner. And I'm so disappointed in JQ this year. He's played too much football not to know this. Here's the thing. This formation is the formation that I played against when I played. It's pro style offense. Quarterback, eye strong, twins, backside tight end close. If this tight end blocks, your job is to get depth and look for one of these guys potentially coming across. You're not worried about shallows because you have linebackers. You worry about deep over routes. So right now, as a corner, linebacker, tight end doesn't block. Right now, I'm screaming back. This is a pick. I didn't get one a game like this, but I got plenty in practice. This quarterback never sees you. But his quarterback is reading safety, and he's typically reading from his left to his right. He never will get to you. He will never see you on that over route. He's reading the tight ends. I mean, the safeties. If JQ would have watch where he hesitates right about the 42-yard line, you have nothing there. There's nothing drawing your attention underneath. This is a pick. The other thing that fucking bothers me is when he comes into the screen, he's not sprinting. He's not trying to get back there. He's jogging. That pisses me off. That's a pick, man. Like, what the fuck? Now, this is a great play call. We call corner blitz. If they're going to call this play when we call corner blitz, we're in trouble. Now, great job of rallying, getting them down. Now, here's the key. We hold them to a field goal. It's great defense. Hold them to a field goal. Back in the South, that defense is defense, brother. Schemes are schemes. Oh, I hope, and I'm not sure, but I hope my man Stu gets to be on the Florida staff too. If Stu gets on the Florida staff, then I will be cheering for Florida every week except when they play us. Pick. We got to take this one. So this is, honestly, we're running cover 3. That's got to be a pick. Like, once this guy sits, you squeeze the number 2. I don't know if Stu's staying in Lex Woody. Stu's D coordinator with this Texan buddy land. I don't know anything about all that other stuff, y'all. We should see. All I know is Stu could have left a couple years ago, and didn't. He stayed home. Now I wish he would have left. That's a pick. We got to get that one. So now 3rd and 15, we forced them to kick a field goal. Now I'm still feeling decent right now. Barnhart can't make that call, Woody. That's on a new coach, and you can't force a new coach to keep Stu. I live in Florida, and the goal for kids is to go to UF, so I'm starting to adopt them. Having summer out there helps that cause. All right, back in the South. So now, y'all, offense got to do something. Punt team gave up 7. Now we gave up 3. Now we need something. Let me just show you something. I can't tell on this one, but there's another play. Like, we here. Here's the deal. If the end zone mesh route doesn't work, on zone. If you're gonna run mesh, these guys have got to find a window and sit. But what happens is the second level becomes open, because then these guys get enamored with the mesh route. Right? Those guys get enamored with the mesh route. Right now, there is no one. This is a cutter-induced sack. If he stays in the pocket, the window is right here. Let me do it this way. The window is right there. and the guy to throw to is right there. But we bug out too fast. There is no one. Right now, if he just sat right there, he's fine. He was patient right there. This is your throw. So the sack goes to the O line, but it shouldn't have been a sack because he ran into a sack. This is his like ninth start. That should not be happening. We're gonna get back to this. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it. We're trying to get a jam. So we lose sight of quarterback. Here's the deal, y'all. When a quarterback rolls, let me go back to this. There are 6 underneath zones. There's a flat. There's a curl. And there's a hook. If I have curl to flat as my drop, I have hook to curl as my drop. Once the quarterback rolls, it goes straight to curl. It goes straight to flat. It goes straight to curl. He's going to bump. He's going to probably pull up the quarterback. You know why he can pull up the quarterback? Because when a quarterback rolls, they typically don't want to throw across their body. So we are eliminating that zone. We're going to let that guy try to pull the quarterback up. I know the screen got a little convoluted. When he rolls, this guy goes to flats now. This guy goes to curl now. And this guy is going to pull him up. That's how almost all defenses go. This is not anything new. So when we are too focused on getting a jam, we lose the ability to get to the flat. This play is not on the corner. We're in cover 3. If he would not do that and buzz the flat, that play is not there. He's too worried. We got 2 guys basically holding hands. That's not good defense. He's supposed to be here. Damn it. Those are the little things that's a problem. You have to do your job to the utmost. When you don't, those things happen. Like that should not have been a catch. Just should not have been. But we're too busy trying to get a fucking jam. Here's the thing that I didn't expect. A couple things happened in this game that I didn't expect. One thing, we playing 2-man here in trips. So now, basically, he's not in the run game. Now, these 5 guys have got to handle the run game. And Louisville blocked our front 3 better than I thought they would. Now, we lost David Gusta at some point in the first quarter. That also hurt. But man, I did not expect Louisville to control the trenches like they did. This is why, in my opinion, it's hard to play man under. Now, I know they thought Moss with the foot issue wouldn't be able to run. But when your backs are to the quarterback and he breaks the pocket, dude, there's no one there for him. make the tackle. You can't give up 9 yards. I'll let you give up 5, not 9. Cooper, I don't know why you're looking in at this, to be honest with you. Brother, you don't have to watch it. I don't understand why people say stuff like that. Why are we looking at this? This is what I do. uh, all right, 3rd and 3. Now here's like someone who was that? Was it Peanut? Someone said we quit. Like even now, we are straining. 3rd and 3, we're straining. Now here's the problem, y'all. This is the fucking problem. I can blame Brad White if you want to, because I really don't think we should have went goal line in this situation, knowing Coach Braun, he likes to take shots. All right. You call a defense. Your players need to execute the defense. Like none of these guys knew what the hell their responsibilities were. And they are a lot of young guys. They had no idea. Like if we were on the goal line and we were playing man, who has whom? So understand, I want people to understand this. These guys here are ineligible. That guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy are eligible. Whom of these 5 have those 5? These guys all fucked up. These guys here, all 4 of those fucked up. Every one of them. No one did right. Because first of all, we probably should have bumped because of this tailback. There's no one, this tight end, there's 2 tight ends over here. In essence, if you really want to call it, it's a weird formation probably for these guys, but it's 2 tights, 2 backs. You 4 have those 4, and none of y'all guard the right person. Because if you ask me, and I don't know y'all, as I said, I'm not in the film room, I don't know for 100% fact. I would think he would have him, he would have him, he would have him, and he has tailback. No one guards no one correctly. Because I think, is this Cowan or Works? He guards the damn fullback. I know he doesn't have him because you would typically have the guy right in front of you. One of these linebackers have to have running back. There's no way. It's tough for this guy to have him. But there's no way you're asking this guy to guard him. Watch what happens on the play. Like no one guards the right guy. How they bull out guys peanut butter coaching. Right? This is one of the plays that better plays cut a bully, climb the pocket. He throws into double coverage. That's your release valve. Like, those are the kind of things, man. We need to get first down. We need to get first down. Now, I think, honestly, that's a bullshit holding call. That's just me. Now, this right here is bullshit. This is Wiley's worst rep of the year. They're rushing 3, y'all. They're rushing 3. All right. Watch how fast they get to the quarterback rushing 3. Rushing 3 with 8 men back. That's less. That's 2 seconds, y'all. That's horseshit. 3-man rush, and we can't get a quarterback no time. That one is on the O line. I think there were 2 really bad ones on the O line. We need this, y'all. Like, Moss threw us 3 picks. 2 definite ones that touched our hand. And the first one I showed you, the first game, first play of the defense, that should have been a pick. This is really good work by Rayner again. This is good reading quarterback. He drops, keeps reading the quarterback. And we needed that one, y'all. That's the one that we needed. Now these next few minutes, man, are just Cam's got to keep his head up. It happened last week, the week before. Keep your head up, son. Keep your head up. Louisville did a good job of mixing up runs. Plus, they were holding some. They didn't call. They did a great job of running different. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this. What happened was we lost David Guster. I'm not going to even go over this. I'm to the point now. I've talked too much. This is bullshit. I show it in the cut ups. That's bullshit. Just gonna say I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. You cannot play this way. All right, back in the South, you cannot play. You are an experienced corner with a bad IQ. Just horrible IQ. Makes no damn sense. So now, again, these guys found a way to get a stop and hold them to a field goal. So honestly, if the score is 7 on special teams, 13 on the defense, the offense still, y'all, got nothing. Why didn't he just run it? Like, why didn't he just run? He's got all this space. I'm not saying he's going to go far. He got all this space to run to the sideline. He gets 5 yards. He gets 5 yards. Let's say. He's athletic enough to get 5. Could he have gotten more? Maybe. I'm not sure. But he gets 5. Why? Third and 12. Why? Why? Explain to me, with those linebackers dropping so deep, get the ball out your hand. You ain't got time. Get the ball out your hand. So now, We were fortunate enough not to get it. Now, this was Laro's best play of the game. This is the best play of the game for Kentucky, period. All right. Now, if this was Mark Stoops, where everything that happened in these next 40-some seconds, can you imagine people say it just happened to Stoops? Now, this is bullshit on JQ again. You know what? I'm not. No, I'm going. Because there's some corners in here that may be watching high school corners. Now, I'm going to give him a little benefit of doubt. Because maybe it's supposed to be a bracket between them two. Maybe there's supposed to be a bracket. But there's no way you impress man and you lose inside that quickly. You're supposed to protect the inside. If you are a bracket, then this guy fucked up. He should be sitting on inside route. This is just bad, man. This is bad execution of that pass should not have been caught. He would have had to go somewhere else in that situation. You have 2-on-1, or you're in man-to-man, and you gave up inside leverage. So easy. So now, Coach Stoops, you have no timeouts. Why not? It's 1st and 15. Now it's like 2nd and whatever, 7. No, it was a penalty. And they don't even get a field goal off in 16 seconds. So everybody say it happens only to us. Damn, Jeff Brom did the same thing. He did not. He had a field goal team out in the field, and they didn't even kick the field goal. They didn't even kick the field goal. All right, guys. That's enough for tonight. I will do probably another 3 to 4 cut-ups tomorrow. I'm not gonna do the customary like 8 to 12. Probably gonna do 3 or 4. We'll meet tomorrow. Go over the last half of the season, and then I will bid adieu. And I see y'all in 2026 with a new season. So, appreciate everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're on TikTok, you can go follow me on Twitter. Same handle at VStyle17. Go follow me on YouTube. It's Driving with Styles. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. You can find me on Instagram at LA Bluegrass. LA Bluegrass. Think that's it. If you're in a giving mood, since it's the holiday season, if you want to give to the piggy bank, you can cash app me at the little sign at the bottom right here. You can cash app me right there if you want to. Other than that, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time. I guess it's so-called same channel. Hey, honestly though, y'all, I really appreciate everyone, especially the new TikTok followers. I just started doing TikTok. I really do appreciate y'all joining me, man. I do this for fans, for them to understand kind of the nuance of the game. It also helps me get over games because I can see why stuff happened. But it's humbling to have so many people watch this stuff at this time of night, and I truly appreciate it. So just want to get that off my chest. Just God hit me over the head with it. So once He hits me over the head with it, I listen to Him. So I had to express that. I appreciate y'all, man. And I see y'all tomorrow. Yes, X, I'm on tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do the second half. Your boys out.